So now she wrote this because she said, please refer, so this is any individual who knowingly provides false information. The petition for a peace order is guilty of misdemeanor. On conviction is subject to a fine not exceeding $1,000 or imprisonment not exceeding 90 days or both. Please refer to the attached typed explanation due to arthritis in my hands when writing. So evidently she has arthritis in her hands when writing. So again, Janice has arthritis in her hands only when writing. Well, that's Janice Waltjen, and she's clearly writing, painting. And this is a party that was just posted on Facebook. Sherry Robertson's December 2nd. So 12 days later, Janice was fine, or she doesn't have arthritis when writing, evidently, because she's having a party about this. And when everybody else at the party, again, December 2nd, these are posted on Facebook. When everyone else is no longer writing, Janice still is able to write, and one other person is able to write. He was writing, Craig Lucy, who resides 1812 Skipper's Row on Gibson Island, had started stalking me last winter, doesn't say when, on Gibson Island Causeway, passing me on foot as I continued my walk about 45 minutes. So she doesn't know the date, but she knows how long she was walking. As I was coming back onto the causeway, only way on and off the island, he waited for me, so I ducked into the bathroom at the boathouse in hopes he'd go away and go home. I stayed there in the bathroom about 10 minutes in hopes he would leave. As I came out of the bathroom, he was sitting there waiting for me, which I found extremely intimidating, and he started asking me questions, and I simply told him I was not interested in conversation, ignoring him as I continued to walk off the island, looking over my shoulder to see if he was following me. This is the start of events that to follow. First of all, everything she's saying is inaccurate, but she walked, it never occurred, but she walked past a guard station at Gibson Island. So why is she looking over her shoulder when she can simply talk to the police? There is no police report. There have been no police reports. Since then, and still as of Sunday, November 17th, 2019, he has continued his stalking behavior. Craig Lucy has been watching me through cameras which are mounted on property he owns next to our farm at 5109 Mountain Road. And so staring, taking my picture, and videoing me on his phone. Let's kind of walk this one part at a time. This is Mountain Road, going toward Gibson Island. This is Miller Road, which is shared between Madeline Waltjen, who Steve Waltjen here beat so brutally, put her in the hospital. He was taken away and changed in a spit hood per Madeline. This is their shared road. Goes down to the water, to their shared dock. This is Gaylord's Fields Farm. This is the barn where the horses are kept. They get paid to take care of horses. They also do riprap construction, land reclamation. So this is a series of garages. This is another entrance to their property. This is the main house, and there's a stand of trees. This is the garage. This is where the assisted living goes over here. So there's a huge stand of trees they've put up 30 feet tall right here, so you can't see anything. And there's little barns here, as you'll see. But the main barns are here, and the main house is here. And the property for the assisted living is here. Again, there's a huge stand of trees and a big L that does this. You just can't see through it. So this is the assisted living with the patio. Assisted living actually goes to here now. And so this is that stand of trees that's always been there. This is a garage that doesn't have horses in it. This is the stand of trees, and the stand of trees goes all the way down, extended all the way down to the water. So there really is no, and this is the road that goes out and goes to Mountain Road. This is a view from Mountain Road. So these are the garages. Then when you first came in, this is Greg Waltjen's little house. This is the bigger house. And these are the barns right next to the bigger house. And then there's another little barn right here. And then further away is a garage that doesn't have any animals in it, no cats. And here's the stand of trees just starting. It goes that way quite a ways and then goes down to the water. So she was either here or here feeding cats and somehow frozen by an infragreen light. And it was supposedly 25 degrees out, yet all the weather reports say it was 43 degrees. This is looking from the right-of-way. They have their signs. This is where her horses are. She was supposedly taken care of that night on the 17th. Small horse, big horse, cats. That's the main house right there. That's how close she was to taking care, where she supposedly was frozen by some infragreen light. And this is a trailer. So what you can't see is back over to the left is another whole garage, which you'll see in a moment. And then there's a stand of 30-foot tall trees that they put in. And then is the right-of-way. And then is our parking lot, where she says I was sitting, but some infragreen light froze her. 30-foot tall trees, garage with no cats and horses, trailer, cats and horses likely. Again, these trees go down to the water so you can't see over, you'll see. Cats and horses here, main house here. Why would you go from here over to here and then go behind this to get to trees, to freeze behind trees? Other place you could have been is here. Again, all these trees, and you're very close. At that point, you're very close to the house. Here, you're very close to the house. You're right next to the house. Why would you leave here, and go all the way over here behind this building to get behind trees? Because this is where the right-of-way in the parking lot is, over behind these trees. Taken on 12/14/2019, Saturday at 4:15. So this is a broken camera. This is a camera of the front deck. This is a camera of the side deck. This is a camera, another camera of the side deck. And the rest of the shots are indoors, and the main room. And then again, the main room. So there are no cameras. This is set down. As you can see, there's a wall back here. The property is set down, so there's no way to see up over or even see the trees. So then she says, at least 15 to 20 times since May of 2019. So she said winter, now she says May of 2019. As I walk from our farm to the Gibson Island point, 5 miles, well, it's 5 miles round trip. My exercising, power walking, Craig makes it a point to pass me in his vehicle, videoing me with both hands on his camera while driving. I don't know how she would see anybody inside their vehicle. The vehicle's a 4x4, so it's up in the air. Obviously, it's not true. I have reported these instances to the Gibson Island police. That's not true. They have no reports. And the corporation. To our knowledge, she has reported it twice, one on the 21st during a conversation with Jim Daly and Henry Hagan, and then an email on the 23rd from her and Steve to Jim Daly and Henry Hagan. He is making me extremely uncomfortable and uneasy, unaware and concerned what he may do next. As I walk home on our road from Mountain Road, which is a right-of-way owned by our family that he uses to access his property, actually assisted living for the disabled. He is sitting on his assisted living property videoing me as I walk home. He does not live here, but I'm constantly seeing his white GMC SUV either waiting for me or driving past me. So, as she correctly states before, there's only one road on and off Gibson Island. But let's go back to the map. So now back at the map, This is Mountain Road. So they have their main driveway, which they drive in, which they can drive in. They have Miller Road, which they can drive in, and then drive their road up that way. So they have two roads they can get in. There is the right-of-way road, which they have no business driving down, even though they own it, because in the deeds, it says these two properties are the dominant. This is the dominant one. This property, they have access. This property has access. When you drive down this road and you turn here, there's no way to get through the fence. They assaulted me on July 22nd. They put a gate in that fence so you can walk through it, but you can't drive through it. So, and it's locked most of the times, and Janice often climbs over it, as does Charles Memphis, as does Greg Waltjen. They just walk down here to harass us. They're allowed to walk down if they keep moving and don't block it. There's no reason for her to walk down here. If I'm parked down here, we own this property, we lease this property, and we own this property. So if we're down here, we're down here. We're not down here. They make a choice, Charles Memphis makes a conscious choice to walk back and forth on this road and violate the lifetime peace orders that were November 18th, 2019, where they're not supposed to speak to us. There have been occasions when he is videotaping and taking pictures of my great niece and nephews, ages 13 and 10. Nieces and nephews sounds like it's plural. And has, as they are playing basketball or skateboarding, Craig is stalking them through the trees. As you saw from the trees, let's look at it again. So Janice is saying that I'm stalking multiple great nieces and nephews, evidently, through these trees. Except behind these trees is also a building. Skateboarding, Craig is stalking them through the trees as he has scared them, and they call him creepy old man, and they come running into the house. Well, that's something that obviously you go get a peace order for, because it didn't happen and the kids aren't going to lie on the stand. There have been several occasions in the past 2 months he has shined his flashlight into our home at night around 9 p.m., 10 p.m. in the evenings while he is on his property. He does not live on the property. He's building an assisted living house there next to my family's farm. I'm constantly looking over my shoulder, and I am at the point I won't change into my PJs at night. I'm afraid he is watching me. I've been sleeping in my clothes, taking away all my ability to function in a normal frame of mind. This past Friday night, 11:15, that's important. So she said something happened on the 15th of November and the 17th of November, and she was in front of a female judge, Judge Kathleen Vitale, on the 18th of November. Mentioned none of this. He again, Friday night, 11:15:95, he again was shining his light in our house, and I was taking my puppies out for their nightly business. After taking them in, I then proceeded to take care of my cats and horses, as I was at my garage, he lights me up in a green info camera light. Of course, no one knows what that is. I froze in place behind the trees. Okay, well, if you're in any of the garages, the cats and horses are, you're behind 30-foot trees, you're behind the garage where it doesn't have cats and horses, and then you're in a garage with cats and horses that we showed before. I froze in place behind the trees. Why did you go behind the trees? Know if I should run, duck, and roll. Was there going to be a red dot on me or what? I panicked. I did not know what to do. I was scared. It was late at night, and I didn't have my phone to call for help. You're very close to the house. Finally, after 20 minutes, I gave up and headed out from behind the trees. This is the garage that has no animals in it and has these 30-foot trees, tall trees behind it. So any infragreen light, because she never said I trespassed on her property, would be on the other side of these trees and somehow put up 30 feet tall and shine through or over this garage and then get to the other garage. This is simply just, it doesn't make any sense. But you are behind multiple buildings and trees because I got so cold. It was 25 degrees out. Is time in